Welcome back. We're talking about the importance of genetic testing and DNA technology and what it can mean for your operation. Let's get back to our discussion. Kent, we want to focus today on the high-density 50K product from Pfizer Animal Genetics, and I'd like you to begin just by telling us a little bit about what it is and how is it different from some of the other available tests on the market.
Kevin, the simple answer is that it has a lot more markers, 50,000. So the high density, or HD, 50K, 50,000 markers, means that we have markers across the whole breadth of the animal's genetic makeup. We then, at Pfizer Animal Genetics, working with Angus Genetics, Inc., have associated the effects of those markers on our performance and production traits such that we can get predictions of genetic merit earlier in an animal's life. And we're pleased that as of last fall, Angus Genetics, Inc. is the distributor of this technology, and it's feeding into their performance program.
So why did you choose to form that partnership with the American Angus Association?
Kevin, I think it's the marriage of arguably one of the world's most powerful traditional genetic evaluations of pedigree and performance information with the most powerful DNA testing platform in the high-density 50K. Beyond that, I think the collaboration mainly boils down to simplifying selection for seed stock and commercial customers. So rather than have separate genetic predictions based on traditional versus genomic technology, now they're all blended into one most dependable number. And that really simplifies it for breeders and commercial producers.
And Gerald, you're heavily involved in the American Angus Association, first of all as a breeder, but also on the board, vice president of the board. What benefits do you believe this partnership have brought to the American Association members?
Well, I think quite a few. As Kent said, at AGI, at the American Angus Association, we have a subsidiary called AGI, Angus Genetics Incorporated. And what we're hoping will happen is this is a conduit by way that we bring the technology from Pfizer's through AGI to our producer. And so what we're doing is we're keeping it in a form that he's already used to with regard to EPDs. Then the genomics enhance the EPDs so we don't have to totally go through the whole education process again. And so I think we feel like that we're going to be the conduit or delivery system that will deliver the technology from the scientist to the producer.
And Dr. Anderson, what does the availability of these genomically enhanced EPDs powered by your 50K product mean specifically to Angus breeders and the buyers of those genetic inputs?
Well, I think several things, Kevin. As Gerald alluded to, the high-density 50K predictions blended into the EPDs help make the EPDs more dependable. They also boost the accuracy of the predictions for animals. And through our efforts to evaluate the efficacy of the technology, we've found that the high-density 50K represents the equivalent of anywhere from 7 or 8 up to 20 different progeny records that would be feeding into the genetic predictions for animals. So in terms of progeny equivalence, that's more than a lifetime of natural calf production for cows, and it's a pretty nice chunk of calves for a sire. So that just helps to jumpstart the dependability of the EPD for the breeder and for the commercial producer.
Gerald, you sell a lot of bulls to commercial cow-calf operators, and I guess I'd be interested to know what is the value to those commercial cow-calf operators, and also what value does this technology bring to feed yards who are trying to hit one of those specific targets that Tom was talking about, like certified Angus beef?
Yeah, I think quite a bit. As Ken alluded to, the big deal is increased confidence. When you take this technology and you utilize it, and you're a customer sitting at one of our bull sales, and you have the reliability that this data that you're furnished with would be like a bull servicing one calf crop. And so when you look at his marbling EPD that's genomically enhanced, or his ribeye EPD that's genomically enhanced, then you have the confidence that you can fit some of these target markets, for example, like certified Angus beef. And as producer, with these high input costs, we certainly need to try to get to those premium markets.
Information is power, no doubt. Did you know that you can find Pfizer Animal Health on Facebook and Twitter? Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/PAHUS/livestock. And follow us on Twitter at Pfizer_beef.